Всем привет! Сегодня мы разберем фразы и выражения из интервью Тимоти Шаламе и Зендеи. Это видео подходит для всех, у кого уровень intermediate и выше.
I, like any fan, got to kind of enjoy it from a fan's perspective because I didn't get to see much of what they shot. So I can say I too was surprised by, like I was stressed out like anyone else. I mean, I'd read the books, but it's one thing to read the book and then to also experience it this way. So
It's one thing to read the book and to also experience it this way. Одно дело прочитать книгу и совсем другое испытать это вот так. It's one thing, it's another thing. Одно дело, другое дело. Например, it's one thing to know what ingredients you need for the recipe, and it's another thing to actually cook it. Одно дело знать ингредиенты для рецепта, а совсем другое приготовить его.
I was blown away. I was totally blown away.
I was blown away. It means I was really surprised. Меня потрясло, меня удивило. Например, I was blown away by how much she knows. Меня потрясло, сколько она знает. They were blown away by his performance. Их поразило его выступление.
Well, definitely that it's a marathon and not a sprint on a movie like this. I had never worked on something this long, or as you put it, physically demanding.
I've never worked on anything this physically demanding. Я никогда не работал над чем-то, что требует столько физической силы. I've never плюс третья форма глагола используется, когда мы что-то никогда не делали. Например, I've never had a friend like this. У меня никогда не было такого друга. I've never been to Africa. Я никогда не был в Африке. I've never asked your opinion. Я не спрашивал твоего мнения. Demanding is something that needs a lot of attention. Требовательный. For example, the job of a builder is physically demanding. Работа строителем требует много физических усилий. My teacher is very demanding. Мой учитель очень требовательный.
With the still suit, just the requirements that I had to just to be fighting in scenes or running across the desert. Obviously, there's way harder jobs out there, but it was definitely one of the bigger challenges physically I'd been on. And
There's way harder jobs out there. Есть работы намного сложнее этой. В этом случае way обозначает намного и также может заменяться словом much. She's way more beautiful in real life than in this photo. Or she's much more beautiful in real life than in this photo. Она намного красивее в реальной жизни, чем на этой фотографии.
mentally, when you're surrounded by great castmates and a great director and people that are confident and assured, then it's easier to get through too. And now that we're doing press, it's a lot of fun too, because we all get along.
When you're surrounded by great castmates, когда ты окружен отличным актерским составом, a great director, замечательным режиссером, and people that are confident and assured, и людей, которые уверены в себе и в своих силах, then it's easier to get through too. Тогда это легче пережить. Cast – это актерский состав. Например, Gangs of New York has an all-star cast. Confident means that you are sure that something will happen in a way that you want or expect. Уверен в том, что произойдет так, как ты хочешь, или так, как ты ожидаешь. Например, The company is confident of success. Компания уверена в успехе. Assured is confident about your own abilities. Уверенный в своих способностях. Например, He talked to everyone in an assured manner. Он общался со всеми уверенным тоном.
I would say, for me, I think it's like about trying to carve out the time to find some consistencies.
For me, it's trying to carve out the time to find some consistencies. Для меня это выделить время на поиск чего-то постоянного. Consistency is something that you do in a similar way. То есть что-то постоянное. Например, you need a bit more consistency in terms of your English learning. Нужно больше постоянства в изучении английского языка.
And whether that be small or big, I know it sounds really corny, whether that is like, making your coffee in the morning, or, if you have the means to see your therapist every week.
I know it sounds really corny. Я знаю, что это звучит тупо. Corny is too silly and repeated too many times that it's not funny or interesting anymore. Глупо, тупо, не смешно. Например, I couldn't read her message till the end, it was too corny.
Or whatever it is, just having a consistent thing that feels like you time. I feel it's something I'm trying to get better at. Like I'll take some time. I'll be like, no, I'm just gonna paint, and I spend hours doing it. And whether I like it or not is not the point. But I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna paint and have time just to myself. I'm not on my phone. I'm just, whatever. So I think those things are important.
Just having this thing that feels like a you time. Просто чтобы у тебя было что-то, на что ты можешь потратить время только на себя. Me time or you time is an activity that you do on your own and that you really like doing. Например, all mothers should try to find some me time. Всем мамам нужно находить время на себя.
And then reaching out to people, right? Like having a support system, talking to people who help get you through it.
That was perfectly said.
All right.
Consistencies. That's really well said. Consistencies, and I feel like you're really good at that.
Yeah, I try.
Yeah.
I try. Thank you.
Yeah.
And then reaching out to people. И еще общаться с людьми. Reach out means to talk to people, show that you're interested and that you want to listen to them. Reach out можно перевести как общаться, хотеть общаться, что-то вроде того. Например, I reached out to my sister and we had a great talk.
Well, I don't know about me, but I can say. I'll cover your ears. No,
Here we go.
But I'm really impressed that Zendei has been working all these interviews. We just blow smoke.
You're the best.
No, but it's just amazing she just put consistencies, and this is a crazy business. So Zendaya is really one of the most grounded people I know doing this.
Zendaya is one of the most grounded people I know. Зендея одна из самых рассудительных людей, кого я знаю. Grounded means reasonable and in control of your emotions, especially when it's difficult. Рассудительный.
And it's reassuring to have a friend like that because it could be an absolute circus.
Yeah.
So that's what I'd say.
I would agree.
She's I've got nothing from him.
It's reassuring to have a friend like that. Обнадеживает иметь такого друга. Reassuring, making you feel less worried or frightened. Обнадеживающий, подбадривающий. He gave me a reassuring smile. Он подбадривающе улыбнулся мне.
No, because sometimes you feel like you're in this industry you're floating, right? And you need those people that feel like, I don't know, like some stability or like I'm trying to figure out a better metaphor for this, right? But
I'm trying to figure out a better metaphor for this. Я пытаюсь подобрать метафору получше для этого. Figure out is to find out the answer by thinking about it. Подумать, придумать, додумать, узнать. Can you figure out how to do it? Можешь понять, как это сделать? Don't worry, we'll figure it out. Не переживай, мы что-нибудь придумаем.
I think the first moment, because I saw Zendaya when she got to Jordan, and without being ageist, there was no one within fucking 15 years. No, so it was just a great...
but that's also true for Paul as well.
Yeah, he's going through
He's
tough,
kind of the only...
tough circumstance where he has to be a leader amongst adults at too young an age. But just when Zendaya got there, the energy she brought to Jordan, we were in a part of the world that I'd never been in before, and we just had so much fun. And she brought a great energy, and I think we can tap into a similar chaos, and that'd be fun.
That's important.
We can tap into a similar chaos. Мы можем подключиться к одному и тому же источнику хаоса. Tap into means using something in a way that brings good results. Задействовать, подключиться, собрать. Если вы знаете перевод получше, пишите в комментариях. Let's tap into all that energy and creativity. Давай задействуем всю эту энергию и креативность.
That's important.
I think immediately. I was like, this is gonna be great. Because it's just like, you understood my jokes.
Yes, same.
My humor.
Same.
You know what I'm saying?
Same.
The references. If you get my references, that's a very important thing. So I was like, we're good.
If you get my references, that's a very important thing. Если ты понимаешь мои отсылочки, это очень важно. References — это отсылки, ссылки к чему-то. During the interview, she made some references to the books she read as a child. Во время интервью она ссылалась на некоторые книги, которые она читала, когда была ребенком.
I think when you're growing up, you always feel out of your body. You're looking in the mirror to confirm your identity or to shred your identity or to hate yourself. And, I think that's probably the most challenging period in life when you're truly a fish out of water. But the brilliance in that too is then you can kind of search for your identity, search for what makes you feel grounded, find the good people in your life, those non-toxic ass people.
When you're truly a fish out of water. Когда ты чувствуешь себя не в своей тарелке. A fish out of water is a person who feels uncomfortable because of the situation they're in and because everyone else is different from them. I feel like a fish out of water in my new job. Я чувствую себя не в своей тарелке на моей новой работе.
I would say honestly, every project that you kind of take on, there's a bit of fear there because there's no guarantee that anything will work out the way you see it in your head or that you hope it will. And so everything kind of sometimes feels like a little bit of a leap of faith, you know, and
Everything feels like a bit of a leap of faith. Кажется, что все это прыжок веры. A leap of faith is something that you do even though it involves risks, but you're hoping that it will bring good results. Решительный шаг, преодоление себя или прыжок веры. These reforms represent a leap of faith. Эти реформы представляют собой прыжок веры.
You try to be in the circumstance of your character, try to be in the circumstance of the movie. For me, playing Paul Atreides in this one, any sort of tension or anything you're alluding to would help the character and help the arc and the story. But then you try to distract yourself from the seriousness of that or something, or the self-seriousness, or the pressure, or outside opinions, whatever.
Then you try to distract yourself from the seriousness of that or something. Потом ты пытаешься отвлечься от серьезности происходящего. Distract — это отвлечься. Не путайте со словом distract. Distract — это разрушать, and distract — отвлекаться. Например, he distracted her from her studies. Он отвлекал ее от учебы. Can you stop rocking on that chair? It's distracting me. Пожалуйста, перестань раскачиваться на стуле. Меня это отвлекает.
I think I found my power when I'm working, which I've learned over this, pandemic is maybe a good and a bad thing. You have to find life and power in other ways and not just your work, Zendaya. Yes. Which I'm learning about. But I feel empowered when I work because I really love my job.
I feel empowered when I work. Я чувствую в себе силу, когда работаю. Empowered means in control of your own life. То есть чувствую силу, энергию и контроль над своей жизнью. The girls should be empowered to do whatever they want to.
So every day that I wake up and I get to do this, I just this is just a massive sense of gratitude for the fact that this is my job.
This is just a massive sense of gratitude for the fact that this is my job. Это огромное чувство благодарности за то, что это моя работа. Gratitude is a feeling of expressing your thankfulness. Благодарность. Take this money as a token of my gratitude for your help. Возьми эти деньги в знак благодарности за твою помощь. As a token of my gratitude. В знак благодарности.
But again, with that it feels empowering because I feel like I'm in my element. Like, I don't know, when you're just on set and you just feel like, yeah, this is my place. Like, this is my home.
It feels empowering because I feel like I'm in my element. Я ощущаю силу, потому что понимаю, что это мое. In your element means that you're in a situation that you know well and that you like. В своей стихии, в своей тарелке. Это твое. Например, by the way she was taking photos, you could see that she was in her element. Ну вот и все на сегодня. Надеюсь, вам понравилось это интервью и небольшой разбор фраз и выражений оттуда. Оставляйте свои комментарии. Также вы можете выполнять задания по ссылке в описании. Увидимся в следующем видео. Всем пока. See ya!